Right.
I just got important. I come first.
I'm saying, so I can't talk to my hoe.
Talk to your hoe. By all means, talk to your hoe. Just how they fat. You're blinded by just the fat ass. Look at the shape of it. Look at how she's looking with it. Does she have a pretty face? Yes. That is
She
it.
fine as fuck. Exactly. Her face fine as fuck, right? And she got a fat ass.
Fine. But these is y'all local bitches. I'm out of town. Technically, I'm important.
Right.
I just got important. I come from.
She said, she almost called herself, I'm the out of town bitch. So y'all all bitches. So what is your problem? Enjoy him and the status, right, that he holds. The man is young. The man is $100 million man, plus some. And you're worrying about other fucking women. Let me explain something. You can't tell a man what you think that he should make his priority. It does not work the way you want it to work. This young man got to make a better decision on certain things he do. But he got the nonchalant attitude, I don't give a fuck. And he wasn't disrespectful. He said she is fine as fuck. So it's a crime to say how you feel, because guess what? You women do that shit all the time. To a nigga that you got, or a nigga that you maybe dealing with, you'll say that shit in front of his face. So you disrespectful. You girls do it in a disrespectful way to see if the nigga gonna get bent out of shape. When he do it, you bent out of shape because you don't want him to feel that way how women do it. That's just the bottom line. But out of respect, if a lady's dear to you, you know, or she means something to you, you wouldn't even go to that level, man. It's adults deal with each other rational. They're both young kids, man. He's 22, 23. She the same age, but you ain't gonna be that age forever. But as him being his age, he is going to learn and get the experience by dating plenty of women. That's how you get the experience. How you think King Solomon had the experience? He had multiple women, and he know how women work and operate. She keeps saying, but I'm technically more important. No, you're not. You're not more important. No, you're not. Because he flew you out here, that don't make you more important. Any woman that have this type of mindset are very easy to buy. When women say, oh, it's not about materialistic things and this and that, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. She may not put materialistic things as her first choice or option, okay, but don't say that materialistic things doesn't equip well. You're a liar. So you're telling me if you want to have a better place and a better apartment, you wouldn't choose it? You meant to tell me if you would have a better car and your car is constantly breaking down, or you wouldn't get a better car? Stop that shit. Stop. It's not about materialistic things that makes the value of a person. It's about what you get with it and how you treat it. That's the goal. He's not gonna treat her like she's the most valuable one, because first thing is, he know what kind of valuable man he is. He's winning in life. He's not losing. He has the majority of the blessings, where it comes from working hard on the court. You know, he got money, he got status, he got, which is, I'm not saying that's the whole character of a man. That's just the outlook appearance of the things he has sacrificed for. Okay? So any man that sacrifice and work hard and earn what he has is because he put the work in because of discipline. Okay, so he's not gonna apologize for being who he is. Money will make women change their idea of how they look at it. They may not like it or what you say or do, but they're going to accept it, especially if you're keeping them around and you don't want them to go anywhere. She's going to comply. For women that have a lot of pride, who don't want to listen, go and find your dream man. Let it work out for the best. And when you're struggling and you don't have nothing, and you had it all with a man that was good to you, and you need your bills to be paid, struggle. You understand? Because any foolish woman will leave a man, a substance that cares about you, put you in a main step, right? To be his squeeze, his main squeeze. You're gonna trade it all because you're emotional because you don't want him to talk to another female. Come on, cut that shit out. Cut it out. Because a lot of you women don't tell the whole truth. And I'm not saying that certain women won't deal with you and not interact with other men. But that's for a moment's time. And as soon as you not give her what she want, she's going to be undisciplined and she's going to go do what she want. That's how the dice roll. A woman is never yours until another man gets her mind and pump that dick in her. Just remember that, man. All right, a woman will still stay by you because of security and safe reasons, but she ain't gonna tell you that nigga that she have pumped or that's a safe nigga. When that nigga act up, they said when that nigga act up, real men don't act up. You're used to fuck niggas acting up. Real men is not gonna tolerate your stupidity. There's a lot of fucking stupid people out here in this fucking world. There's a lot of people that's really stupid. You're fucking stupid, man. People don't have the idea and the capacity to think anymore. And people are not born stupid. People choose the stupidity. I don't understand why. So he's recording it and showing you how females think. She young. She have no idea what it is. She thinks she know. That's why a lot of you women need to have eldership and counsel from spiritual men and spiritual women. Primarily the men. But when women are around spiritual women that understand the scripture the right way and know how to take care of the home, she will teach you and give you the best advice. But a lot of you women don't have mothers that's spiritual. So you're not gonna understand that. So if you want to be around certain things, not certain. I was gonna say certain neighborhoods. If you're, well, matter of fact, that plays a part too, because certain neighborhoods got certain types of individuals that live a certain lifestyle. So be mindful of that. But be very careful of who you be with. I said that in the video earlier today. So he's showing you how women or young ladies are, and y'all worrying about other women. Yeah, y'all so quick to down other women. Women disrespectful. Let me tell you something. My wife got that bad. When she see a woman that's on me, and she see me I'm talking to a woman, or whatever, or she feel like she don't like how the woman is, she gets a very distasteful shit. So one day I told her, I said, let me explain something to you. I said, cut your fucking feelings out. Not every bitch is a fucking hoe. Not every bitch is a bitch to you. The way you acting more than a bitch than she is. I had to let her know. And she looked at me like, well, I said, listen. The way you're thinking and the way you're feeling, that's your own insecurities. You worry about another bitch for what? What are you worrying about another bitch for? Because there's bad bitches out here badder than you. And of course there are more handsome men that's probably eye-appealing to you. But I don't sit here and down men. My goal ain't to worry about another fucking man. My goal is to do what I'm doing. And I'm confident. So that's why women always coming around me doing this, because I'm a handsome guy. I'm a very handsome guy. You understand? I may not be the tallest, you know, I got a decent height, and I ain't the shortest. Okay? You know? But there's other room to do and make improvement. You know? And I don't like my structure of my well-being to be around amongst a lot of women, because a lot of women got a lot of baggages and spirits, man. So I got to be very careful of people who come around me. So he's trying to show you that this woman is doing all that for nothing, man. What are you doing all that for? Because he's showing that she's a crybaby. You know? So, and look how he's talking to her. He doesn't give a fuck about your feelings, man. As he should. Because a woman that you really love, okay, you know how to conduct yourself and how you talk to her. Certain women do need the hard talk down. You got to talk to them that kind of way, because they don't respect men who are too easy to be pushed over. Alright? Well, listen, man. Let me explain something to you, man. Don't let women make you feel bad because you chose a chick that she don't like. Who gives a fuck? My wife said, "Oh, you know that bitch." I said, "Man," I said, "Yeah." That's how you feel, but I don't feel that way. She a bad bitch. She look good. And they get mad because they don't like you to feel how they feel. You know, cause one day, my wife, I checked my wife one time. One day my wife said, you know, in the midst of the situation what we was going through at that time, right? As far as her mom got robbed in Brownsville and Brooklyn. So this day my wife was driving, and my cousin, he's a sergeant for the NYPD, and my cousin got the same last name as me, and she seen him. Mind you, her mom got robbed, so all the police and everything going on, it's crazy. It's crazy. That day was crazy. It was burning hot that day. And I was like, I'm mad as a motherfucker, you know, but it was messed up. But you know, they ain't my mom, but you know, I don't like. That's my mother-in-law, so I kind of had to be there for my wife because I was in a vehicle with her. But I wasn't driving this day. She was driving, so she gotta make sure her mom was right. But I had to tell her, stop. Your mom got to stop going in that particular area at a certain time, because that area is very, very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So she seen my cousin, and the first thing she came back, right? I'm waiting for her to give me an answer what's going on with the situation with her and her mom. She go back and said, "Oh, I don't want to disrespect, I won't say nothing, but there's a guy, he got the same last name as you. I think it's your family member, I don't know, but he's very handsome. Oh my God." I told my wife, I said, "You stupid bitch." I said, let me explain something to you. I said, you weren't about my cousin, or you weren't about your mother being robbed or her life could have lost. Let's let you know how the mentality of a woman thinks, right? Okay. So I let it go. I told her, I said, "Yo," I said, you a piece of shit." This is what I told my wife. Okay. So one day, one of my coworkers, she was very, pretty lady. She was sitting in the car. I went to my wife's job. The lady, I told her meet me outside because I had to give her something. So my wife looked at her, whatever. I said, "Hey, this is my coworker right here," and I said, "Hey, this is my this is my kid's mother right here." All right. She said, "Oh, your wife." I said, "Yeah, that too." I said, "Listen here, take that And I'll talk to you later. So the lady in the car was like, why you treat your wife like that? I said, let me explain something to you. I said, you may not like how I did it, but I have my reasons. You know, she has to understand how to respect me as a man. And if you don't respect me as a man, why should I honor you and treat you as such if you disrespect me out here? I didn't tell the lady what she did because that's none of her business. So she said, oh, okay, I understand. I said, I understand that you may think it was harsh, but that's the way I'm gonna have to treat her until she respect me. You understand? And learn to keep that. Certain things you just don't say to people. I know it may come up, oh, it's sensitive or whatever, but you know, there's certain things you just don't say to a man. Certain things you don't say things to a man, and don't expect the same fucking treatment. You understand? I didn't do it out of to go tit for tat. It may seem like it, but this is times later. But I always keep in my mind, the way you treat me, that's the way I'm gonna treat you, and the way you do me, that's the way I'm gonna do you. You know, I don't gotta be nasty about it. You know, but I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna keep that reminder to you, because sometimes people fucking forget what they do to you. You know, people forget what they do to you. You know what I'm saying? And then I came home and she was like, oh, why do you not say I'm your wife? And then I said, look, I said the same way you worry about my family member looking cute and handsome and all that, the time of midst of your family going through trouble, and this plethora of things that you have done and said. So you think I'm gonna let you? It wasn't like I was having sex with a girl. She in the car with me because we had to do what we had to do, and my supervisor had us on doing stuff at the time. You know. So she said, "Oh, but now she looking at me like you don't respect me." I said, "You worry about her or you worry about me? Fuck her. Don't worry about her. I have no ties with her. Don't worry about her. You worry about what me you are." I said, "The next time, don't disrespect me like that again." Oh, but I thought that was over. Yeah, it was over. So I'm letting you know, this is how I'm thinking. This is how I'm feeling. She said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. You know, I didn't mean no way." I said, "Well, listen, I accept your apology, but just know that you gotta respect me. I'm your fucking husband. You don't get out of order like that." You know, this is like a few years ago. Probably over like 8 or 9, no, probably like 10 years ago. So I'm telling them like, yo, you can't be doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? How would you feel if I blatantly disrespect you in the midst of your eyes? You know what I'm saying? So what you do to a person, receive the same thing back. Not necessarily that you got to do that, but just know that, can you blame someone for feeling a certain kind of way? Especially if you're treating them like that? Come on. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, as men, we have to put our foot down. You can't let women disrespect you. Because once you do it, and if you don't check her, she's going to do it again. Women constantly do things and say things to disrespect you. And they think it's funny. Don't laugh with them. When it comes to shit like, when it comes to disrespecting you, that shit not funny. You know, and here he wasn't even laughing. He was dead fucking serious. You know, she probably felt, oh, damn, that's fucked up. You disrespected me. No, she said technically I should be first. No, that's what you feel. That's not what that man feels. He don't have to feel that way. It's a privilege for you to be in the presence of a man like that. The man is, you're riding in the car with a man that he's touching triple the figures that regular men like me or other brothers will never probably ever see in a day in our lives. Yeah, you worrying about another bitch that he's looking at or he's dealing with, and you know he's dealing with her, and you still with him. You still in the car. So that means it don't even matter. You can't shake a man from how he feel, especially if he don't got no ties with you. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a special woman for that man to love, man. That woman, the woman, if she was a real woman, she would say, listen, I'm not going to stop you from being a man. Hey, you got more than one woman, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, if you deal, I'll deal with you. And, you know, and I really like you, you know. And if she show that effort and she don't care, guess what's going to happen? Eventually, he'll try to say, okay, man, she do all these things. She's nice, she's kind, she's sweet, she's caring, she's cooking. And she not disloyal. She ain't out there creeping. She accepted what he does. That's what makes someone your wife, man. Because you see potential kids in her. You see some kind of, she said, listen, I really like you. You know, just protect yourself out there. Don't bring me nothing back. And you know, I'll deal with you. There's women out here that will deal with men that have women, man. And typically women like to deal with men that have women because, yeah, it's like, damn, I want to know what she got that I don't have. I want to know what's good about him. But she do it because she like to cause controversy to that woman. She doesn't want you know what I'm saying, to feel like it's just only about all just you, which it is. But she likes to make the other woman, your main woman or whatever woman, get upset. Now I'm not saying all women do this, but the majority of women do that when they're dealing with a man that got a woman. They do little shit, say little shit. When women know how to break up and mess up relationships, because if they're not in order or they don't understand their role, they will call you in the middle of the night, text you in the middle of the night, do this at a certain time, knowing that you with your family, blowing you up, doing this and doing that. You know. So I say that to say this is because I share certain details of my life with you guys, and I don't have to do that. I do it because it's a growing experience for all of us to learn from. You know, how I deal with these situations is that you have to mature and grow and get better, man. You know what I'm saying? So I constantly eliminate those things from my life, man. I'd rather have no bitches, right? Then I'd rather have no bitches and then keep my peace. My peace goes over all women. Because with my peace, I can focus on my purpose. Women it's just a small fraction of my life. That's not the whole entirety of my life. Like I had to tell my coworker earlier this morning, he couldn't understand. He's saying that a man needs a woman to prosper. I said, that's not how life works. So he's constantly like refuting and going back and forth and disagreeing and whatever. He was saying, but nah, that's not right. What you're saying, brother, is not right. I said, but listen, is it what we feel, or is it what's being shown and seen? Because what you're saying is that lifestyle you're saying for someone, that's a Disney World lifestyle. That's not a typical everyday norm. That's a rarity, right? I said, the shit that hits home with people, right, is that, all right, I'm going to, to make sure that my life is going to be in order and being perfect. Because a man's purpose in life is taking care of his business, man. Taking care of your mental health, taking care of your body, taking care of how you look at things, resting properly. Women don't see certain value like that. They want to go out, they want to do this, they want to be here, that's fine, no problem. Oh, I got it every week, I got to go this, I got to go on a trip, I got to do this. Oh, you can't keep up, oh man, this guy's boring. hey, I wish you all the best. Find someone that can do that for you. And there's no love lost. It's just that I do it when I'm ready on my timing. So, like I was telling him, I said, your purpose, your man's purpose in life, it should not be a woman first. A woman is a helpmate. He just couldn't understand that. But as time we was talking more, he was kind of like getting to it, and but he just couldn't thrive. And he said, "Oh, that's just the American way," because he's from Trinidad. And I said, "Yo, brother," I said, "Brother, it doesn't matter if it's not American way. This is a life understanding." He said, "Oh, it's not just about the cars." I said, "That's not what I said. Your purpose in life is should focus on you." But he said, certain men see they focus at just getting a woman. I said, stop putting a woman first. A woman is just a helpmate to add to it, not to be the ad. And you know what I'm saying? He couldn't understand that. So he's arguing with me. I'm not saying I literally arguing, but we're having discussions, and he's trying to use certain examples to make it make sense, but it didn't make sense. Because what he's trying to do, you're trying to justify that a man should have a woman. Hold on.
These is y'all local bitches.
So a man's purpose is to take care and build so he can take care of a woman. A woman says she wants to be protected, provide, and do these things, right? How can a man provide and protect if his whole being is dealing with you? A woman's role is not to make him be a man. Your role as a man is to be a man and learn from other men how to grow and get and obtain. But he doesn't have this understanding. And I'm not gonna say it's a West Indian custom. This is a life custom. It's not about men. Yes, men have certain ways of culture, how they live when they grew up. I understand that. But when we're talking about the foundation, men built this world. When this man, Anthony Edwards, is in the gym shooting, practicing, she's not in the gym working hard. She didn't play those games that he played to get this contract. She didn't earn it. So why does he have the need to give her explanation? There's no explanation given to a woman. A man do it for the woman that he loves, that he's in love with. A woman that he's not in love with, he's not obligated to explain anything to you. Because women is quick to tell you she don't owe you nothing. She said, "Oh, I didn't ask for these things. I didn't ask for you to do these things for me. You did that." She'll tell you that. She will fucking tell you that. So it's okay for her to say that. But when a man is telling her, "This is what it is. This is how I feel. This is what I'm sticking to," why get upset? You women gotta know your role. That's why I did a video. Women and men gotta know their roles, man. So, you know what? Let me get a scripture. Cause I wasn't even planning on doing a lesson, but it became a lesson. This Genesis 3:16 says, "Until the woman, he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee." So the man's job is to rule over you. It's simple. It's simple. It's not complicated. A man that's stoic, a man that's in his right frame, he doesn't need to react to what she's saying. As men, we all have reacted to the things that we have done or said or whatever, right? I mean, we have reacted to what people say, but as you grow, as you mature, you can't let things bother you. You can't allow things to hinder you. You understand, guys? And when you allow these things to happen to you, and you let every little thing bother you, you're showing that you're not strong mentally. People are going to say what they want and feel. Because people see that, all right, this shit ain't right. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Right? They're going to see, they're going to see, I'm sorry guys, I'm just trying to fix my watch. Yeah, so when women see that you not bothered or easy triggered, she know that she can't control you. You know, but sometimes it's necessary for a man to go off because women don't listen. You feel me? Women don't listen. Women are very, very hard-headed. A man is not going to listen to you. We will consider your feelings or suggest to, you know, to try to make things a little bit, you know, more, you know, more subtle, you know. But a man's job, he doesn't have to cater to what you're saying. He doesn't have to do that. A man is not a bitch. A man is a man. Okay? He's not gonna give over his power to you. Okay? Real men gonna do that. Soft, sucker ass dudes will do that. Okay? Let me right? I'm sorry. Where that shit at? I'm sorry, guys. Where that shit at, man? Give me a second. All right, guys, let me see. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, right here. It says, this is Proverbs 31:3. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Okay? So, if you're a king, you don't give your power over to a woman. So I'm explaining to this guy, I'm like, yo, listen. He didn't want to hear it. He just didn't want to hear it. Because I'm getting to him. I'm telling the dude, I said, yo, dude, I don't got to agree or subscribe to what you're saying. I'm telling this dude, I'm like, I don't got to subscribe to what you're saying. Son, I said, what makes a kingdom? He said, okay, war. Men that build, do this. Okay, I said, yes. What destroys a kingdom? Is it women? Or is it men pride? Or, right? He said, is a woman destroy kings and this and that? I said, they destroy men, yes. They do those things, yes. But I told him, I said, men kingdom get destroyed because they put their sole purpose, right, into the wrong things. What are those wrong things? Things that don't give them any value. Pride, destruction, and Yahweh takes down the kingdom. We know what the scripture says. Yahweh brings down the kingdom and builds up another. Right? But in the midst of that, women are idealistically do that. They bring men down. They bring men down. Okay? So we can't forget about these things. Don't worry about what she feels or thinks. Consider, but don't make her whole feelings your whole thinking. Oh, I feel. No, have compassion. Don't be a dickhead. But you gotta know when to have compassion. Compassion is a limited thing. You don't just keep sharing compassion and mercy towards people. That's only given when you're doing it from the goodness of your spirit, man. You understand? You don't keep extending that, so people can keep running over it. Sometimes you just got to extend it for this last period of time and go and leave on. Okay? You know, that's what Scripture said. Do not pray for the wicked. Don't pray for these people. You know? And if it's on disagreement terms, you just walk away. You know? Say, look, I wish you the best, wish you well, and I wish you, keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And don't argue with people. Save yourself. Meaning, save yourself from that bullshit. Exclude yourself from that. Don't argue. Move forward and keep pushing. It's stupid shit. Why we argue about stupid shit? It's dumb. Right? Hold on, guys.
It's fucking stupid. Some people are really fucking stupid. Did you ever notice that? How many really stupid people you run into during the day? God damn, there's a lot of stupid bastards walking around. Carry a little pad and pencil with you. You wind up with 30 or 40 names by the end of the day. Look at it this way. Think of how stupid the average person is, and then realize half of them are stupider than that. And it doesn't take you very long to spot one of them, does it? Take you about 8 seconds. You'll be listening to some guy. You say, this guy is fucking stupid. Then there are some people, they're not stupid, they're full of shit.
Full of shit. You see? They're full of shit. Straight out of the Edomite mouth. George Carlin, yo, he keeping it real, man.
That doesn't take very long to spot either, does it? Take you about the same amount of time. You'll be listening to some guy and say, well, he's fairly intelligent. He's full of shit.
Oh, shit. Full of shit.
Then there are some people, they're not stupid, they're not full of shit, they're fucking nuts. Dan Quayle is all three.
Yo, George Carlin, yo, his shit is be raw, man, but yo, man, I don't know, that motherfucker has some problems with Jacob in him, I don't know. But the point, I just want to close that out. The point I'm trying to say is there's some real stupid fucking people out here. The girl is fucking stupid. Women can be stupid. Men can be fucking stupid. Teenagers can be fucking stupid. Elderly people can be fucking stupid. So the point I'm trying to say is, don't let someone's emotion dictate your choices, all right? Don't do it. Don't let somebody's emotion dictate your choices of rightful living. Because of what that girl is saying, she's feeling like, oh, I'm technically, she's trying to clean it up quick. Oh, I'm technically like, I'm the, should be the one that you should be worrying about. And no, he's a man. He doesn't have to worry about you. He's not married to you. And even if he's married to you, he's not worrying about you. Even when I'm married, I do not call my wife 100 fucking times in a day to check on her. Fuck that. Sometimes she don't do it. Hey, I'm cool with that. She don't gotta call me. If it's dealing with the kids, cool. Call me about that. You know, my life is more. Sometimes, yes, as a man, I check on my wife. You good, whatever. But I don't do that shit no more. Like, oh, babe, I'm thinking about you. I don't tell women that shit. I don't tell women that. Oh, I'm thinking about you, man. I don't do that shit no more. It's like I'm at a point in my life where my mindset is I tell my kids, I say, yo, man, look, I think about y'all. Yeah, I love y'all. I had y'all on my mind. I tell my children that. I'm not doing that for grown people. I let women tell me that. If you don't think about me, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always another woman out that's thinking about me. You know what I'm saying? And then they come across my mind, then I'll tell her, yo, listen, you came across my mind. I thought of you today, and, you know, boom. But anyway, I hope this video was edifying. I wasn't trying to do a lesson on it. But I'm out. Shalom.